Good God Almighty, jumping Jehoshaphat. It is Monday again, yet again. It is Monday, and I'm glad to be here
Yeah,
because
me too.
I heard most Americans can't see the internet. At least half. No, so good. I'm glad to see you guys here. Thank you for joining us. Like I was just telling Michael, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
He just informed me that Amazon hosts half the shit in America. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll come back to it in 1 second. But happy Monday. This is Monday, October the 9th, the 20th, 19th,
20th.
the 20th. Gosh, it's
I
almost
know time
Thanksgiving.
flies. I know, right?
It's almost Thanksgiving and Christmas. What the hell? Oh, let me just go ahead and make my Christmas announcement. There will be no Christmas gifts given out from the Drayton family this year. So if you were on the list last year, good for you. Because it's nothing. It's nothing. Tara, because we can't get nothing from Timu. Like no. So we give it.
Yeah.
Unless I hurry up and get these M3 t-shirts popping.
Yeah, that was something else that they were talking about in the news was that, this is around the time that they start hiring for, their Christmas season. And, that's not really popping off. Like
Walmart has made an announcement that they are free to have a hiring freeze till 26. Now that is not good.
Right. This is when you ramp up hiring. Because I knew somebody who worked for a retail outlet. I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
And this is around the time that they start hiring.
Yeah. But you guess what we are doing? We are losing jobs by the drones.
Yeah.
I love this. And also, so we're going to get into this later, but there was a bunch of No Kings protests. This almost 8 million Americans.
Yeah.
I hope they vote. What you thinking, sir? You thinking?
These are the people who vote typically. Yeah.
I don't think so. I seen some these motherfuckers. They ain't vote. No, they did not vote. They didn't vote.
No, I mean, because
these motherfuckers I seen did not vote.
Well, maybe.
People in the plushie outfits voted.
I would say typically the reason people vote isn't because of disgust or outrage at a certain thing. It's just they're lazy. And if you're willing to go out and protest him, like you're probably willing to vote.
Reason I say they probably didn't vote. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but the reason I say because I think the pain is getting palatable. You know what I mean? I think it's and then he posted an AI video with him literally shitting on Americans.
Yeah, you want to? Let's play that because you referenced this a few times.
God,
we did have some.
Just pick one. I mean, because I was really shocked.
Let me play it.
Hey guys, so 2 quick things before I actually finally go to bed. The No Kings protests. The organizers have now estimated that 7 million people took part in those protests nationwide. 2,500 some odd individual events. Something like 7 million people. Probably more than 7 million people taking part in those protests. That is arguably the largest protest against Donald Trump to date. So a pretty strong and pretty definitive message being delivered about the way that millions and millions of people feel about Donald Trump. And how did Donald Trump respond to that? After his $1 million a plate fundraiser that I guess he had at Mar-a-Lago on Saturday night, he took the time to upload an AI video to his Truth Social showing himself dressed as a king with a crown, sitting in a fighter. To put a pin in that, note that Donald Trump is a draft dodger who never bothered to serve in the military when it was his time. He got a doctor to say he had bone spurs, so he didn't have to go and fight in Vietnam. So he's a coward and a draft dodger. But for this AI video, he made himself into a fighter pilot with a king's crown on, literally flying over protests, which are the people's right to exercise their First Amendment and protest against him. He portrayed himself in this AI video literally shitting on the American people. I promise you. Taylor. Enough said. I don't have to tell you that he literally believes that the American people are a pot to shit in, and he has no respect for the American people or for the rights of the American people. But he's also a nasty son of a bitch. That is the nastiest, most disgusting shit I think any president has ever done. Donald Trump, you're a nasty SOB. That's disgusting. And by the way, interesting that I guess shitting in public and shitting on people is like a MAGA thing, because they also did that at the Capitol when they tried to do their insurrection. So it's a trend and a disgusting one. Happy No King's Day. I would also note that the idea that Donald Trump could shit out of a plane and cover Times Square with his shit is actually difficult for him to be able to do in his diaper, because the diaper would get in the way. Just a thought. The next time that you do your AI video, Donald, you should show yourself tossing the diaper before you do your disgusting bowel movement on America. Just a thought. You nasty son of a bitch.
You know, I rarely agree with Joy Reid.
I just love the way she said nasty.
Yeah,
it sounded like your aunt who's this, just disappointed with someone.
You was a nasty son of a bitch. That's like saying bull dagger.
Yeah,
that's the same thing you say, bull dagger. What's up, CC? Thank you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday for everybody joining us. Gosh, at first it was funny to me, and then I thought about it. I was like, this, and then of course, as everything he does, it's not going well in America.
Right.
Like his followers are like, oh, he was just shitting on liberals. No, he wasn't. He's shitting on all y'all. His place, people are getting into worse. That 14% that voted for him are getting in, because I have to break this down real quick. So, in case you missed my math, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Saturday sit down with me and this guy, and Swag. I can't forget Swag. Swag is the glue there. He's the Emily that makes it all run. 28.4% of Americans vote most of the time. This time we got up to 30. He only beat her by 1%. So that means he got around 17%, but that means she got 15.7. So there was no mandate for him to do these things. I think with the misogyny and all the Palestinian bros, because we talked about that Saturday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She has had it. She stopped in the crowd and says, "Oh, you the motherfucker that told people not to vote." Okay, great. And she's out here like, "Them motherfuckers crazy." She's getting black. I love it.
Yeah.
Larry seasoned salts on her speeches. But Malcolm, elaborate on me. What do you think about like the president taking the time for somebody, because he didn't do it. He's not smart enough.
Of course. Right.
To have somebody's like, oh, guess what? I made a video of you and using AI shitting on America.
Yeah, I think JD Vance put one out too, and I remember
he was shitting on America too.
No, it was just Trump as a king, and I think all the Democrats were bowing to him or whatever, like just basically leaning into the idea. I don't know what to make of it, other than that he is always trying to have the attention. He's trying to control the narrative in a sense, and some of the stuff you really can't ignore.
Yeah, like I couldn't, and I'm sorry for sending it to you more than once. I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's because I heard about it, I hadn't seen it, so I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. It made the news. It was one of the top headlines on the Washington Post was his post on True Social.
Wait, the Washington Post?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
that's saying some shit. No,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys know what that means. Like the Washington Post will suck Trump's dick. Honestly, and realistically, it used to be a place of journalistic integrity, and now it's a place.
It's still that way on the opinion page. They do have a separation between their opinion and their news gathering. So, what I would say is though, that was one of the top headlines of the No Kings rally. Of course, I think the ceasefire, didn't really hold.
Falling apart. Isn't that great?
No.
No. Let me
No.
tell you. No,
But I mean,
no.
it's
Let me
still-
tell you why.
They're still trying to go forward with it, but no, I'm just saying it is. That is normal. Like they're still trying to say that it's holding. Like they haven't let go of the fact that it hasn't. But yeah, there was a bombing of like there were 2 Israeli soldiers who were killed, and in
Wow.
response, they bombed 44 people. So this is one of the things that I've been getting at. I want to read this book. It's called The Human Scale, and this sort of obvious fact that kind of sometimes goes over your head, that the retaliation by Israel is always disproportionate. You know, like you kill 2 of ours, we're going to kill 44 of yours. If you're going to do a trade for prisoners for 20 prisoners, you're going to trade 20 of your Israeli citizens for 2,000 Palestinians. You know, it's always
because they think they're better. They're you know, it's you know, the cost.
The scales are just
different, right?
They're just literally your wallet are worth less than ours. You know,
right. And so I tell people, listen, the Palestinian people, listen, that's just like they're there. They were there. You know what I mean? They were already there.
Yeah.
It was all Palestine at one time, and then the rest of the world got together and say, well, hey, let's just give you this around 1947. So it's only, you know, 76 or 70, how old my mother would be, however, my mother was born that year. Let's say 78, 76, 7, whatever it is. But and the reason, listen, and I'm not a warmonger, but the reason I love when they put the cart before the horse, because anybody knows anything about, it's always war in the Middle East. Israel is always under attack somehow. The Palestinian state is always uneasy. You don't celebrate till you can celebrate.
Right. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, and we knew this, and so yet again we're sitting there with egg on our face. And the Australian president met with Senior Dumpy Pants today, and and I love how they placate him and just sit there and like, you dumbass. And he just sits there and shit and pisses on himself and looks stupid. You can tell when he's using the bathroom. Because he kind of leans to the side like this. You follow me, CC? He's like this. He's like, oh. What's up, Ak? Good to see you, brother.
Hey.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. A side note, I have leftovers that lasted longer than that seafood.
That's pretty good.
Wait, what did you make? I'm coming to your house because you look
that's funny.
But that is delicious. Well, you know what? You know, I got to say, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, and let the roulette begin. This is so fun.
Okay. Let's just see what we got.
Just
here.
don't even look at it. Don't even just whatever's to the top.
It should be clear to all Americans that we have a very serious left-wing terror threat in our country. These are agitators, anarchists, and they're paid.
You know, I found that for you, right? That is just for you.
I'm glad because I didn't get to see them all.
I
listened to it
far and wide to find that. Like
I think what's so funny is, you know, when the ICE, I haven't seen them, but people are describing it. I say I want to see it. Whenever the ICE or the police or the military or whatever goes overboard and does excessive force, when you're beating up Pikachu, it's so ridiculous. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, no, stop.
I had to go so far and so wide. Like, dude, I was out everywhere with my phone like this.
Yeah.
I was all in public like this, like, oh my God. And I hate people that go places in public always on their phone, but I was looking for these clips. And I found it was so delicious, y'all. Isn't that
like
crazy?
How are you gonna like think Pikachu's got a gun? I'm just like, how's he gonna threaten you? He's in a big plush outfit.
We're gonna put that in. We're gonna put that in the Telegram group. If you want access to our Telegram group, please join us at patreon.com/Mel Be Your Mind, and we will have access to adult content, those things. And also, we don't have a placard for it yet. We're out there on the web now, www.mailmediamindlive.com. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I feel like it's the Mount Rushmore of podcast. Yeah, as far as that goes. All right. So, did that make your day? I thought that
Yeah, it did. Now, there was one that really made my day. I'm going to put this at the song you had. Oh my God, that shit.
Oh, please. Go, please.
Yes, let me find it. I found the full song. I don't think we can play the full song, but I put it.
Oh, yeah. But go ahead. We can.
I'm going to play
it. If it's on the net, we can, actually. Did you get it from the web? Okay.
Yeah, but let me just play the clip, though.
All right, yeah.
Wrong one. Hold up. Where is it?
Oh, that's a good one too. I can't.
That is a good one. We'll play that one next.
No, because I have to get your opinion on that.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
That one. No, that one. See, this is what happens when you play roulette. We gotta find the right one.
All right, here it is. This is the one. Go ahead.
No, I was reading comment. Pikachu got the flickering like the song. Janie's got a gun. Janie's got a gun. Tan, tan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Wizard Dick. I think that's the name. Or
yeah.
Wizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
The dick is just a dick. It's not a rare prize or a pot of gold. You're gonna have to change it up. Gonna have to amp it up. It's gonna take a little more than cock to make me stop, be shocked, make my jaw drop. So what if you dress up your dick like a wizard? A wizard dick, get a little bit creative with it. Make him a cotton ball beer, a toothpick staff, a hanky for a cape, a pointy felted hat. I'm soliciting a sorcerer's bone like that.
I listened to that song like 20 times last night.
And she had the nerve to have a beautiful voice. The nerve.
Oh God, it was hilarious.
I thought you would enjoy that. I'm glad.
My face hurt after the.
Did you laugh so hard?
I laughed so hard, my face hurt.
No, that's what life should be about: pain and laughter. Yes. Next clip.
Yes. So I think this one was the Meet Your Mama wig.
Yes, and we're gonna have questions. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
See, gotta get into it. Gotta look at it, right? Okay, go ahead.
That is Megan, Meet Your Mother the Stallion. Almost didn't recognize her there. She looks very demure. That is Megan, Meet Your Mother the Stallion. That is a Meet Your Mother wig if I never seen a Meet Your Mother wig. A lot of people don't know how to switch that shit up. When you meeting his mother, you need to wear some Meet Your Mother approved shit. You don't want to put on that little sexy ass wig to say I be fucking the shit out your son. No, that'll scare mama. that'll take mother back to the girl she used to be. No, you need to meet your mother where you stand. This is the me and your son got plans. You see that bang look like hotel curtains. You can slide it back.
Bust down.
Oh, what did you say, Miss
Bust
Thompson?
down.
You can put it behind your. Oh, I didn't hear you, Miss Thompson. That's I didn't hear you, Miss Thompson ass wig. Yes, Megan. I am here for the shit. If you don't know how to switch it up, you're gonna be single for the rest of your fucking life. A lot of y'all think this is a Jamal Brown church. Come as you are. Nah, not to meet my mother. I don't give a damn if it's a man who's dating a man to meet your mother. You don't have your pants all sagging to meet my mother. No, my mother gonna be like, nah, he just trying to use you for your money. My mother judge you by appearance, especially if you dating me. I'm just saying. This is a meet your mother-esque. Megan got on a cute little cami. Notice how it's covering up the girls, little jean. The only thing it's showing is her knees. That's the only thing your mother need to see the first day. Shoulders and knees.
Shoulders and knees.
All the cleavage out. No, you don't leave it out when you coming to see my mother. No, oh no.
Shoulders and knees.
You can look at old Clay Thompson mother and tell she don't play. Yes, Miss Clay don't fucking play. She'll pull Clay to the kitchen and be like, you know that Megan girl? Yeah, I saw some of her videos. She was very risky, and then she came to me, and she was dressed just like her videos, very risky. You know, when you got videos as risque as Megan, you want to cover it up. You don't want to meet her as the stallion. No. You get introduced to the stallion after our second year of marriage. Like, yes, I've been whipping it on your son. Back at it, left, right, both cheeks. You don't meet my
Both
mother with
cheeks.
both cheeks. No.
Both cheeks.
Megan knows how to get a ring on it. Come on, Megan, meet your mother, the stallion. Nothing but shoulders and knees. So that let you know that you got strong shoulders for him to lean on, and you got knees for you to pray for y'all. But like, pray for strength for Clay. Come on now. We need knees to pray. We don't need to show her good vibranium knees, because we all know Megan got some good ass knees. I don't want you to meet my mother and show her your good ass knees. My mother do not need to know the reason why I keep you in the bedroom. No, she don't need to know that.
Right.
She don't need to know that. You need to write some meet your mother approved shit. Mother approves. Mother know best.
She got that 28. She got that 28-piece bust down.
Oh god, that's so funny.
With the bangs, with the curtain bangs. That is. No,
The meet your mother wig.
that's it. Now, Malcolm, I got a question. Now,
Yeah.
so your mother is interesting. So she's a musician. So she's left, but she's left and right brain, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's ambidextrous. So in that way,
Right.
she's a creative.
But she was born in the 40s.
In the 40s, correct. Yeah. Exactly. Much like my mother was. Yeah. So, you know, so right and left brain people, right?
Right.
So have you ever had somebody meet your mother and you were like, why did you come?
Yeah.
Like that.
She's that way about everyone who dates either me or my brother. She's never been okay with anyone. Yeah.
Oh my God. No,
Yeah.
like she doesn't like her daughter-in-law?
No. It's really bad.
Oh.
I mean, I have to just do kind of like that aloha with her when she starts talking about. It's just like, that's my niece's mother. Like, calm it down, girl. Calm it down.
I love your mama. Let me just say that I love you.
But not only
mama.
that, like, I love my sister-in-law. She is one of the chillest girls I've
you
ever met.
said she was cool.
She is like the baddest white girl
Let
ever.
me just tell you
She's
something.
so down. I just love
Let me
her.
just tell you something. There's nobody ever good enough for a woman's son.
Yeah.
And there's nobody good enough for a father's daughter. So
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Yeah,
That's
no, she's pretty awesome actually. I would be friends with her regardless of her being, my sister-in-law. She's just cool. So
Yeah. Good. Oh, I see CC loves the dick song. So that's his
yeah, it's in there. I put it in there.
Where's her dick? Is his new bop, he said. I'm gonna get a DJ. I'm gonna get a DJ to put a groove to it and see what we come up
Oh,
with.
wait till you get to the end. I just need the lyrics because there's like a
And
whole
then
bunch.
she has the nerve to have a beautiful voice. That's like it's a pop. It really is like it's not like it's not like
She
she's
put the
just
vibrato in there. Yeah,
it's not like she's singing like she's going to church. Don't have the peoples out here being honoring when you're about to meet your mom. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
This guy here was a topic of a whole segment on last Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the show Saturday? We pulled a clip. UK's Next Time. They really enjoyed it. I hope you
Oh yeah.
stick around for the show to see that. It was really good. So thank you so much. All right, back to clip roulette. Oh, I love this so much.
Okay, I guess I should just do one at random.
Don't look. Yeah, just do one at random.
A few years ago, I stumbled across a book that I loved from my childhood, like absolutely loved it. And so I was instantly filled with nostalgia. I bought the book, I brought it home, and somehow, some way, over a period of months, I lost it. I misplaced the book. And so lately I have been doing some deep cleaning, just decluttering and purging and just clearing stuff away. And I found the book. And when I found it, I was filled with such intense joy that I would love to share some of that joy with you. Things are tough right now, and I hope that this book brings to you just a little bit of the joy that it brought to me. The book is Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, and I will be reading to you one of my favorite poems, Sick. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet,
My throat
Malcolm,
is
can you hear
dry.
me?
I'm going blind in my right eye.
It's frozen
Tonsils
on
are as
my
big
end.
as
Is it
rocks.
frozen over there?
I've counted 16 chicken pox, and
Oh,
there's
shit.
one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face
I
looks
wonder
green?
why.
My leg is cut, my eyes are blue.
Shit,
It
what
might
happened?
be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched and my ankle's sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold and my toes are numb. I have a sibler in my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is... What? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play. Listen. Go back to the things that bring you joy. Go back to the things that fill your heart with contentment and peace and laughter. Because even in the midst of all that is going on, things like that still exist. Find what that is for you and lean into it.
So I think Greg was having some issues. There you go. I put it into the VIP room on Telegram. So basically, this woman was talking about a children's book that she had when she was a kid, and I guess she found it at a bookstore somewhere. And then she lost the book again, and she found the book, and so she was just reading a children's poem. For me, it was reminiscent of the type of poems that I had read when I was a kid. I don't have any of those books either. Recently, we had cleaned out our house, so like a lot of those children's books are gone. But I think what she was getting at was this idea of, the good kind of nostalgia, something that brings you joy, with all the news that's going on. I definitely have found that. I was going to mention, like, I am doing the book club. I got another book in there for this month. This is Ring Shout. It's a novella, so it's very short. I think it's only about 2 hours in audio. Like the book itself is probably only 150 pages. And it is another Black horror fantasy novella where this girl calls on the Orishas, I guess the ancestors, to destroy the clan, basically. And the clan are an actual like demon cult, and it's very much like an action movie. It's something like, I don't know, something like a Zack Schneider, horror fantasy with Black people. It's out there, and it's really good. I think they're actually making it a TV show. Sundance, I guess, bought the rights to it, so Skydance or whoever.
Skydance,
So,
yeah. Actually, sadly, they're a terribly conservative company.
They are. They're
Interesting. But maybe they'll be like Fox and they'll just make good content. So we don't know. But
we don't know. I thought about that too. Yeah.
Malcolm will post it in the group for the book day in case you guys want to read along. Yep. Thank you guys. I'm sorry for disappearing. All right, back to
roulette. Let's see if
back
this
to
will play
roulette.
for you.
Now I would like to share with you my favorite passage from the Book of Morons, 86:47, and he said, "One will arrive among you who loves the poorly educated. He will separate them from their money by selling them scam crypto meme coins, cheap made in China merch, Bibles, and gold sneakers, all while making him and his buddies even wealthier and keeping his ass out of prison. And the gullible dumbasses will say, 'This is good.'"
I just thought that was a great little Bible verse that we're going to
Yeah, they what was
dealing
that,
with
86-47.
87-46.
Or yeah, 86-47. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, on to because we have a lot of clips, so we and we're running out of time, so we're just gonna keep playing them until we.
Okay, let me see. I'll just do the next one.
1936, a Jewish American high school teacher named Abel Meeropol saw a disturbing photo of a lynching of 2 Black teenagers in Marion, Indiana. He was inspired by this experience to write a poem originally titled Bitter Fruit. That poem was turned into a song, which was then performed all over New York with help of black singer Laura Duncan. The owner of the Cafe Society, an integrated nightclub in New York City, heard this song and thought, I think Billie Holiday should perform this. Billie Holiday was an already established but still up-and-coming black jazz singer in New York. And when she first heard the song, she was interested but very hesitant due to its controversial content. I'm sure you can understand why when you hear the opening lyrics, Southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. She feared that singing that song would have political ramifications, and she was correct. You see, at the same time in the 1930s, the openly racist director of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, Harry Anslinger, was on a mission to convince the public that there was a direct connection between black jazz musicians and dangerous, criminal, illicit drug use. So when Billie Holiday, a black jazz singer and also a drug addict, started singing about racial injustice in the United States, she became one of his main targets. He insisted that she stop singing this song, but she refused, and instead doubled down. She made it a definitive part of her repertoire, closing almost every show with Strange Fruit. The song became a huge hit and propelled her into stardom. Anslinger continued to pursue Billie Holiday over her drug use, leading to her arrest and prison time, going so far as to arrest her on her deathbed. Billie Holiday died in 1959 at the age of 44, but her legacy and that song specifically have become timeless. Throughout the years since, Strange Fruit has been covered by numerous artists in almost every single musical era since, including a notable version by another black jazz singer, Nina Simone, who brought it back to the spotlight during the Civil Rights Movement. Time magazine named it the Song of the Century in 1999. Now here we are in 2025 in yet another politically divisive moment in our country's history, when so many artists don't want to take a stance for whatever reason. But then you have Haley Williams, who goes on Jimmy Fallon last week in front of a national audience and sings a song that makes reference to Strange Fruit that also contains lyrics like, "The South will not rise again till it pays for every sin." She surrounds herself by a black orchestra who then plays a piece of the song Strange Fruit at the end of the performance. And on top of that, if you look at her piano, she has a sign that displays the words, "Mississippi Goddamn," which is a reference to a protest song by Nina Simone, a white female artist paying homage to not just one but two black female artists who were willing to take a stance even at the expense of their own careers. Thank you, Haley, for bringing this back into the mainstream discussion at a time like this.
Yo, Haley Williams is an honorary black person. You know, Haley Williams is the lead singer of, oh my God, I can't think of the name of the group. Jump in here, I can't remember I can't remember the group that she is a member of.
And I was just going to say that, you know, part of why it is relevant is that there really are this pressure for people to self-censor themselves, you know. And you know, I'm not familiar with her, but I was just thinking about like how there's been several stories of
Paramore. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that. Okay, I'm just saying I've heard several, you know, creative you know, acts that have been squashed because of the current political climate. And so this is a good reminder that this is nothing new. You know, you know, you have a First Amendment, but like, yeah, the government has gone after creative people before. And it's not, you know, like, it's pretty fucking blatant, right? The persecution that Billie Holiday faced from the federal government was real. And even though like a lot of people wouldn't have believed it, it's just like it was so open and for real, but you know, also just people are skeptical. Yeah. So I just think this is one of those times where I feel like, you know, with the current administration being as lawless as it is, I think we need to believe it when people tell you what they're doing, like when they are engaging in illegal activity to persecute their political opponents. Like, you know, yeah, they can do this. When you have enough power, it's kind of like, who's going to check me? Like there's plenty of times when, for instance, when I was listening to the book about, you know, indigenous removals, you know, it was in direct opposition to the Supreme Court. And they were just like, who's going to stop me? Do you have an army?
Well, and here's another thing that we talked about on Saturday, like the woman who is bringing the charges against Letitia James, never interviewed Letitia James.
She's never tried a criminal case.
She's never tried to get, yeah.
That's fucked up, right?
And
like
I
you
say,
never
like,
even. You're a
and I
lawyer
say,
on
like,
paper.
like my homegirl said, what in the shoulder pad fuck is, you know, you know.
She literally has no idea what she's doing.
I need to go and find out because I love all of those things. I love Nina Simone. I love
I thought you were like
Williams.
that.
I love Haley Williams. Right, we're picking clips for each other. Great. I love Haley Williams. I love Nina Simone. I love everybody. I love all of that.
What's
And
not,
so
what's
if you
not
have
to love?
not, so if you have not ever heard Strange Fruit, the Billie Holiday version, I think that's Billie Holiday's greatest hits up there, third.
Yeah.
But if you have not heard her greatest hits, but
you know,
check out the Nina Simone version.
Oh, I love
great.
both.
It's great. But then check out Mississippi, Nina Simone's Mississippi Goddamn.
I just think it's what was so funny about that is that there was, you know, it was written for one singer, and she was just like, I think she can do it better.
Well, yeah, but that happens all the time.
I guess so.
Happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of cool. Like,
yeah. So I mean, look what Aretha Franklin did for Respect.
That's a good point.
You know
yeah.
what I mean, look what Aretha Franklin did for Eleanor Rigby, the Beatles, Eleanor Rigby, which is a great song in its own right. We can't
that's true. But Aretha's stolen so many songs. So.
Leave Rigby alone. She's the greatest of all times. Beautiful gowns. Go over the next clip, please.
Okay, let's see. This one I have not seen.
All right, hear me out. It's a thinker for you feelers. Every single conservative idea, how many? 100% of modern conservative ideas was once, I'm going to hold your hands, a radical liberal idea turned into an act. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need all the don't tread on me douchebags coming to the front. Your right to bear arms was a radical liberal act of rebellion from the woke founding fathers who didn't have blue hair and septum rings, but they did have wigs, heels, and frilly underwear. Drag. Founding fathers, those radically woke liberals, created a rebellion against the monarchy in order for you to have the right to bear arms. They were considered a danger to society. Women's right to go to work if you choose, or to stay home and raise your children, or worry about Jeremy cheating on you at work. Whatever you choose, your right to do any of that is a radical liberal idea for feminism, so you have the right to choose the life you want to. You call it now trad wife and conservative. It was only founded on yesterday's flaming liberals that were radical enough to understand that you deserve a right to choose a life you want to, even if it doesn't match theirs. So what have we learned, kids? Conservatives are basically people that go, I like what is because it benefits me, and I'm afraid of change. And liberals are like, what has been happening isn't working clearly if we take a look around. So we need to reform it in order to tend to what is. And what I will say to all of you is humanity will progress regardless of what you feel, regardless of what you believe, and regardless of how you vote. Humanity and evolution just is. It is just humans' inability to tolerate their emotional ambiguity, their difficulty to tolerate the unknown that will create suffering for the individual and for the collective. So then, here's your recognition to realize that what you stand on, regardless of any of the spectrum, was once founded on radical liberal ideology based in humanity, integrity, and justice for all. Class dismissed.
And there you go. I just thought that was because that's very true. Every idea that pushed democracy forward was a radical liberal idea. Turned ass backwards for there. But go ahead and run another one. I just thought she is very interesting. If you don't follow her on social media, she is a sociologist by trade, and she has very, very wonderful ideas. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so here's one of the hardest pills I've had to swallow since transitioning from a female to a male appearance. I feel like I've lost my lesbian identity, and not by choice. Not because I stopped being attracted to women, but because people don't, or at least lesbians don't see me that way anymore. Now, for context, I'm bigender, which is a gender identity that falls up under the transgender umbrella, and that simply means I identify with both the male and female genders. So yes, I'm trans, but I still deeply identify with my womanhood. It's part of who I am, and I still consider myself lesbian. I always have. I've always dated women, whether they be lesbian, bi, and even straight women. But I feel like after transitioning, I feel like I lost the lesbian audience. Now, before anyone says it, yes, I know how I look. I know most lesbians won't look at me and think, yeah, you know, that's one of us. I'm not here to argue that, so no need to even make that point in the comments. But I think there is nuance there, and I think that nuance matters. Some lesbians do date trans men. Some date trans women. And I think it's because for some, attraction includes more than just someone's outwardly appearance, right? It can include things like shared experience or a certain softness or queerness about a person, or even physical components like, you know, a certain anatomy. And some lesbians still see that as part of femininity. So when I say I still identify as a lesbian, I am not confused. I'm just being honest about what still feels like home to me, at least. And I didn't stop being lesbian. I didn't stop being me. But I did stop being seen, and I must admit, at least by the lesbian community. And yeah, that stings a little bit. So thanks for listening. And I love to hear from you all, especially the trans community, to include both trans men and trans women. I want to know what your thoughts are. Have you experienced this in any way? As always, y'all, please keep it respectful in the comments.
Yeah. Well, I brought this video because it sort of confirmed something that I knew of a friend of mine whose partner transitioned to being male or trans. You know, they've been married for 15 years, you know, so I think his transition occurred maybe 7 years ago, so like halfway through their relationship. And, you know, he still identifies as a lesbian, which I, you know, find confusing. It's whatever. You know, his appearance is fully male, which is something, you know, also kind of confusing because I was like, damn, it's hot. You know, like,
right.
You know, it's like he's a hot dude.
Right.
But
some are. So I've dated trans men. It's
yeah.
Until like, and I said this on Cream Show, like until you know this, you know, they just have a vajayjay. You know,
right. So yeah, I mean,
now, how does your friend feel about?
Oh, they're happily married. I mean, you know, she dated men before she, you know, fully came out as lesbian. So it's like she's got attraction towards men, but like her partner, you know, her husband now is, I don't know, they're like best friends. So yeah, like she's on.
So got a man with a coochie, she's in love.
You know, her crush when we were was Natalie Portman. Like that was her, like kind of a mask feminine. You know, like she liked the women, but kind of mask women. You know, but
and not what's her name that played in Boys Don't Cry or Girls Boys Don't Cry.
I forget her name.
What's her name? Oh my god! You know,
I do. Her favorite was Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta. She loved her.
And I think we're heading towards V for Vendetta. I tried to not to talk about it. I think we're slowly.
Oh god!
That or even The Handmaid's Tale. God forgive us. Either way, yeah, that's oh my god, what is her name?
So you know,
Hilary Swank,
yeah. So shout out to the trans man. We see you. You're hot.
Yeah, we see you. And he in that video, he's hot. Like
he is.
D'Angelo right there.
Yes.
Right. So go on. We got a few more minutes to play.
Okay.
Thanks, parties should come with warning labels of all the side effects that come with voting for their political party. In the same way that like cigarette boxes have big red labels and scary pictures of lungs. If someone wants to vote Democrat, we should show them Beyond Meat and gender-neutral bathrooms. If someone wants to vote Republican, yeah, you get the right to bear arms, but this is chickenpox and this is polio. I say this because we've noticed a difference in life expectancy between blue and red states. The states with the longest life expectancy, states like Connecticut, Hawaii, New York, have historically voted blue. The states with the shortest life expectancy, places like Alabama, Mississippi, have historically voted red. The only blue state in the bottom 10 is the state of New Mexico. Now, this can be confusing to understand with the information that's been coming out of red states, right? Decisions to remove vaccine mandates, decisions to crocodile hunt on a Tuesday. Those are things that should only be reserved for blue states. Why does this gap exist? It could be a coincidence, but it could also be the result of blue states investing more into healthcare and social services, we know that when a state transitions from a red one to a blue one, life expectancy increases. The most extreme examples, the difference in life expectancy can be as much as 10 years. That's the same amount of time smoking can take off a person's life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That is hilarious when you think about it.
New York, I go.
Yeah, it's like Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York.
New
have
York.
some highs. Yeah.
What's his
Life
vision?
expectancy. And, you know, for part of it is not just their social services, but also the choices that people make individually, right? I remember I read this book. It was called Dying of Whiteness, and they were talking about specifically, you know, healthcare, gun culture, and education. These three things basically determine huge amounts of life expectancy. So education determines a lot about how much money you'll make, and how much money you make determines how much healthcare you can buy, and then how much you know, you live with
beyond your
and exactly. And then gun culture is just the simple idea that if you had access to guns, you're more likely to die of suicide and be the victim of violence. And most
of poverty.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, poverty. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, poverty is really the cause of crime. Because remember, crime is just something that the state says is illegal, right? Like,
so interesting enough, there was, related to this what we just saw, there were 128 kids in the great state of South Carolina, aka Tijuana, with measles. There's a cluster measles outbreak. And in case we do not remember, because this is taking us back to the 50s with measles, your child could die of measles. 120 plus children.
Yeah, measles is really deadly, but also very contagious. That's really what's scary about it. So, like, they gave an example of this. Let's say you had a child with measles and you took them into an elevator, and they coughed while they were in that elevator.
Yeah,
the virus could pass to someone else for up to 6 hours in that confined space.
So imagine how many people get on an elevator in the span of a day, basically.
Yeah, that was one of the things they were most afraid about with COVID. COVID requires almost direct contact. So, like, if you cough, the only way that you get it is if that particle, in a water molecule, because it doesn't survive in the air. Measles survives in the air. You know, like, it can actually just float in the air and survive for hours.
Yep. Well, good luck. This is what they wanted. So you just got a. I'm really on my good luck flow. I mean, because this is what they wanted.
Yeah, no, like that would be funny though if they put warning labels on who you voted for. It's like, you know, you like cigarettes.
120 kids have no choice of who their parents are. Now, their life could be threatened by measles. I find that abhorrent and ridiculous, and they should call Child Protective Services. But it's Tijuana. But go on. Let's finish with roulette. Go ahead.
Okay, here's one more.
Rip Fuller from Homebrew Christianity published an essay a few months ago that really got my attention. It's called The Perfect Storm: Why Liberal Christianity Faces an Existential Crisis. And even though he's specifically talking about progressive Christianity, I think what he's describing also applies to other liberal religious groups, like Unitarian Universalists. But this is why it caught my attention. I knew religious affiliation in the United States was dropping, but I always assumed that it was the more conservative or fundamentalist churches that were feeling that decline. It turns out they're actually holding pretty steady. The ones who are shrinking are the liberals. And Fuller gives several reasons why, but at the core of them, there's essentially this one big problem. And that's that liberal theology has historically been great at answering one particular question, but it's a question hardly anybody is asking anymore. Let me explain. Since the Enlightenment, people have been trying to reconcile faith and reason. They've been asking things like, how can I believe in evolution and still be religious? How can I be religious without checking my rational mind at the door? How can I be religious and still stand for social justice? And for the last few hundred years, liberal religion has stood in that gap. As Gary Dorian once put it, it's been a third way between orthodox overbelief and secular disbelief. And that's what drew a lot of people, like me, into it. But here's the thing. Fewer and fewer people are starting with the assumption that they have to be religious at all. So they're not wrestling with how to reconcile faith and reason anymore. They're just choosing reason or community or social action without the need to involve religion at all. And the result is liberal religious numbers are plummeting. So, does that mean it's the end of the road for liberal religion? Maybe, if they keep doing the same thing. But I actually think there's an opportunity here, because people still have deep spiritual needs for meaning and connection and belonging and awe, to locate themselves in some larger sacred story. So rather than starting with, well, I have to be religious, how can I make that palatable? We could be starting with, I want to live into my deepest values. How can I explore a spirituality that supports and nourishes that? A non-dogmatic, evidence-based, experiential spirituality. One that connects people to their wisest and most compassionate selves. If liberal religious communities can transition from being a head-based religion, the kind that can't really offer anything that a university lecture hall or MSNBC isn't already offering, and instead become spaces of responsible spiritual experience, mystical and embodied and transformative, then I think we have something deeply needed that we can still offer the world.
So this is something that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and then he kind of really hit home for me, was the idea, the reason why when I talked to a lot of my liberal friends who they're not really asking a lot of the deeper philosophical questions, like you were saying about the origins of life, or of meaning, of the afterlife, or the bigger story of humanity, or things like that. They really are satisfied with materialist understanding of the world, but I think there is still a yearning to have community, to live within your values, to express those values, whether or not they tie into any sort of larger theological, spiritual story. And that could still take place within a left-leaning spiritual or religious organization, because I feel like the collapse of liberal spirituality is ceding something powerful to conservatives, like the power to organize, like just recognizing it at how important religious conservatism has been to Republicans. When you think about like how none of that could have happened without their support. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like that on the left.
Well, I see what you're saying, but here's the juxtaposition of what you're saying. Now, if we believed what they believed, is actually the problem with the right-wing side of the argument, is somehow they become disconnected from religion, and it's just a movement of I ain't gonna say serendipitous beliefs, but they cherry picked some beliefs and they morphed it into a religion. Now you are right. Now I happen to go to one of the largest black Catholic church in the country with over 10,000 members, right? And we seem to grow and keep growing. Amen. Thank God. But the other piece is, how can I say this? I'm looking for the right words. I apologize. The emphasis is I think people who want the truth know where to go get it, and that we don't have to organize under Sky Daddy to go get it. I think, and people are like, oh, how could you be a staunch Catholic and believe that way? But I do. I think those who identify as right-wing Christians are more fanatical in their belief, so they're more to say, well, I am a right-wing Christian, and this is what. But your belief system is whack because it's not based in anything for sure. You know what I mean? It's not based in what one would want to call. I wouldn't dare say reality, because I'm sure some people, and then not all people right-wing people tie their religion to their politicians. So
right.
I think that's a bit unfair, but yeah.
So no, I agree with you, and I wanted to touch back on what you were saying about the idea that, and I think he was saying it in his video also, is that one of the things that liberal religion provided a lot of people in the past was this merging of faith and reason, in which now most liberal people don't need to merge those two. They just rely on their reason. They're not really interested in a biblical or religious explanation of, say, evolution or, you know, chemical theory or of quantum mechanics. They really are not trying to see how theologians would have thought of that, you know, thousands of years ago. It's just
but even for me, that's less important.
Right.
Even for that's less important. I mean,
right. And so this is what he was saying.
Even
so one of the things he was saying is like, but that doesn't mean that those people don't have deeply held values. They're going to want to express in some way in community. Like there's still a need for experiences of awe and spirituality. Like even if it's not coming from this story, say for instance, when you know, I was just thinking about, you know, what was it? You know, experiences that provide awe could be things like, you know, climbing mountains or going on trips or whatever. Concerts are an example too. Like they call it synchronicities or whatever, where people, people experience those things and they need those things. You can find them in secular places, but it's also an expression of a deeply held shared humanity, right? And there can be organizations that are explicit about, you know, providing community and outreach and spiritual experiences for people who are not necessarily religious, but that can also be left-leaning. There are organizations like that, but they are not very, you know, well attended. You know, I forget.
Well, I think it's a long story short. I think it's a PR problem. It's not. I don't think I think churches with liberal beliefs kind of still outweigh those, because for some reason right-wing churches don't want to help people. They see immigrants as problems, and I think just that the church body as a whole doesn't see it that way. But let's go move on to the next video. We are wrapping.
Actually, I think we were already at the end, but I do have one. You sent me a link to this news story.
Yes, and this is very interesting. Police searching for a big dick bandit who robbed male and female victims after sex acts on dating apps.
The big dick bandit. Yeah. That sounds like a fucking porno.
Listen. He out, and they gave the comments are everything. He is fine and 6'2" and 200 pounds with
in his land pipe.
Yeah, out there land pipe and busting niggas in the head with the pipe and taking all of their goods. And so I brought this up because also, I don't know what state that was in, but also here in Atlanta, there was a guy who robbed a guy at gunpoint. He made him Cash App and Zelle him all his money.
I did hear about that.
Party people, if you're gonna rob the people, make them give you cash, okay? Because they're gonna catch you. I'm just saying, robber 101, thievery 101. Please
don't
Zelle because it's connected to your bank account.
It's like leaving a business card.
Yes, you know what? UK's next top daddy is he has the soul of a black man. He has to. Listen, Mickey Howard did do a great job on Strange Fruit too. She did. She has a whole album called Mickey Does Billy. And another one of my favorite songs on there is My Mother's Son-in-Law. I love that song. Hillary Swank, that was her. I got her. Thank you so much. I got to work with an old man. Ooh, we've been deep in V for Vendetta for some time now, Greg. I know. I try to think that we're not going that route, but we are. It's going to be The Handmaid's Tale or V for Vendetta. You choose. You can't rape the willing. Let me stop. Right. See, that's how it starts, right there. That's how it starts. Y'all y'all be like, huh? I wonder how big is his gun. And the comments are the comments are the comments are just fucking epic. They're like, oh, I don't care, let him rob me and shit like that. I mean, I'm like, no, nigga. No, you don't want to get robbed by this thing. But unfortunately, we are coming. Well, I'm tired, so fortunately, we are coming up on that time. We hit the hour mark, and we ran out of videos. So I thought I had sent a bunch more.
That's true. So make sure to come back tomorrow for the Swag Suite, hosted by Swag for Life on Tuesday at 7. Let me find the placard. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
There we
go. Then look at it.
You would be talking about shit his mama say, maybe. What
maybe
Charles watching?
We pushing for that. We pushing.
Yeah, he's trying to find something.
And maybe a good Tech Tuesday.
Yeah, Tech Tuesday. Could be something.
Now, if you just can't get enough, check him out on TikTok. And moreover, if you can't get enough of this Afro guy over here, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is where you can find him for Wednesday.
Relationship.
You don't have a name for your show.
I just call it M3 Live. Yeah.
All right. Just like it's like the main desk. I like it. M3 Live. I like it.
Yes.
So join him Wednesdays for M3 Live. Marking the Philosopher King as he philosophizes things and puts them into some type of order. Okay.
Yes.
Now back again is my man Cream Diggler, and I told him I'll be back with him this Thursday so we can mukbang for you. We all, John and I, the things that I do for M3. Jesus.
I want him to put you in a Meet Your Mama wig, though. I do.
No. You love it.
The one with the part, I didn't like that.
18-piece bust down.
Well, he got oh god.
Now, if you more Cream Diggler, he and his husband Shannon.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got Shannon wear wig.
2 groups. Yeah, he did, but it was an afro. I would wear an afro wig.
Afro wig is okay.
Yeah, 2 grooms in a pod here, 7 p.m. Fridays. And yours truly will be back on Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Saturday Sit Down with me, Gregory the Talented, Mr. Drayton, a.k.a. Alice's baby. I'm having a lot of fun poking fun at the news. It's really been, a good time because this is scary. So I was talking to my therapist this morning, like, how do you take the fright out of something that is so concentrated and so real and so, it's fearful. It's all fearful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I appreciate that because, like I said, I needed a few laughs to get through. Even if it's not about the news, sometimes just like, getting in touch with what, the funny of it. Because sometimes even when we're making fun of it, it's a little down.
Yeah.
But no, there's still a lot of good.
Well, and so remember, this all can end with you in your vote. Like, technically, he's already a lame duck president. Like, because he won't survive this government shutdown. We on day 8.
Yeah, that's true.
He won't
and it's
survive.
Not even close to ending, right? So,
and then he won't survive the tariff situation.
That's right.
In general, Americans are very, very unhappy with what's happening, and rightfully so. And you should have got your ass out and voted before. I said it on Saturday. I ain't gonna stop going to Target. Kiss my ass. There ain't nobody in there, and they got shit on sale. Nigga, what? I'm in there. Catch me. You can be out there protest. I ain't be like, bitch, buy me some toilet paper then. Buy me some motherfucking toothpaste if you want me to go somewhere else. I mean, because like we can't go anywhere. They can't go, don't shop at Amazon. They're the devil. Don't go to Target. They're bills.
Sometimes the boycotts are for other people. Let's just say it like that. I support you boycotting it. I'll do what's right.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. I say it again. I did the right thing. I voted for the black lady. I voted for the black lady, and I went out there. Not only did I vote for the black lady, I made calls for the bitch. I knocked on doors.
Yeah, that's true.
I shook babies. I kissed midgets. I did everything.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say bad transition. Think about midgets. Make sure to join us for Red 3 Live hosts Sunday.
Oh, thank you. Great.
We forgot to do that. That's not a really great transition now, but
Can
he
you
should have
work
some
on
great
that?
stories
About
from
midgets?
Chicago. No, I didn't.
About midgets from Chicago. Yes, what you do.
But yeah, let's go.
The one time I went to a bar and there was a midget in Chicago. No, this is time. No. That's what you do. I want to thank all you guys. Thank you, CC. Thank you, UK's Next Top. Thank you, all the guys.
Yes.
The audience gets large when we're about to leave. I hate to leave y'all.
Yeah, but come back. Become a patron. You know, all that good stuff.
Patreon, www.patreon.com. You know, and I don't mind running a little longer because we don't do Patreon on this one, but
yeah,
I don't mind. I just don't have the necessary time to go back and dip into Patreon. But tomorrow, swag, good,
Yes.
7 p.m. This network. Listen,
Yeah,
and go to I need to call swag. We need a placard for the website.
Yes, he said he's working on it. Yeah,
www.
he's on it, Rose.
He's on it, Rose. I know he's going. When I come to work one Saturday with a black eye, you know what happened.
All right.
Okay.
I guess we'll go ahead and go. But thank you, everybody.